start moving, you get that wind. It gets cold. Yeah.
All right, take it. Hold on.
You can get on either car, but that car's gonna be warmer.
Yeah.
So it's your first to sitting on a flat moving platform. It's even further when it's moving. Yeah.
Go down. Let's sit here. 20 seconds. Whoa. But sit, because people are gonna sit in, I'm gonna have space.
I don't have any space. Now I have space.
Bila, go in.
I'm scared because I think the part will get that part will be still.
Nobody wants to ride the open air car.
If it does happen. Guys, this will be like a stove oven that will keep you warm enough.
My truck's dying.
West Virginia Railroad merged with Norfolk and Western. Norfolk Western now, eventually now is Norfolk Southern. The Southern Railroad and Norfolk and Western merged, and that's when they became Norfolk Southern.
Ding ding go.
You're gonna sit, Bobby. You're gonna sit. You're gonna sit, okay?
Nope. Sit down. The train's gonna start
We went to the playground yesterday, right? Big slide.
So they have to have the sensors every so many. They even have some now. There's a little, there's a pin. The train goes over. You can turn grease up on the wheels and so it makes the take the curve easier. Before wheel points they were cable.
Nice. Coaching, don't touch that.
Might get you to narrate.
Hunter,
I don't do any talking on the camera.
don't touch that. Hunter,
Narrate
That's
everything.
where right there.
this is a big train.
On the wheel. You flip that up, and that's the oil, the wick that.
Oh, okay.
Yellow. Where's yellow?
Yeah, now those are illegal on the Fiat on the main line. Now.
Not blue.
Oh, really?
No. Try to put that on.
Green.
Take that. 145 property.
Purple.
We go on the main line that has a wheel. And then that they will red flag out so fast.
You need to work it because you get access to like all
Blue.
anywhere.
Green. Orange. Yellow. Purple. Blue. Green. Where you going?
Safety rules for everybody. Don't go out onto the front porch during the train ride. Drop back if you want to.
No, you gotta do not.
Ride up here in the cupola. Don't go
Come
down
your
the
face, you
ladders.
can't
While the
see.
train's in motion, the ladders are tricky. Anytime you're standing up, hold on to something sturdy. Keep the train from turning. I didn't hear what he said. Does he
Oh, he was just giving out the safety rules.
jump off and do barrel rolls?
That's precisely what he said.
Hang off the side and get that good shot. Flagpole. screen board.
That's cool. I wasn't expecting that.
Neither was I.
Stand back here. Conducted SRM3, double check good points, which is 23, 25, 26 with green, line of the main on the westbound starboard shop. You have 10 cars clear to the crossing, crossing is clear and have the rear of the whistle.
Alright, SRM3 lined down the main towards the shop, 23, 25, 26 lined up, clear for 5 cars to crossing, you're on the rear with the whistle. Here we go.
Crossing remains clear and clear for 10 more cars.
Crossing clear, 10 more, SRM3.
That's the lawnmower crossing. It's important on Saturdays.
I'll bet.
Which is 30, 30, 31 or green line for the main and clear to the sand shed.
31, 33, lined up, cleared shed.
Clear to the shop door, SRM3.
Clear to the door.
That red cab right there goes onto that steam locomotive. In 2 weeks, we're going to use the Army crane to lift it up and set it onto the locomotive. 3 cars in this lot. 2 cars.
That's the oil tank for the that right there in the 90.
1 car.
That's the oil tank.
Now that's the back cover for it. The oil tank's on the other side. Half car. Yeah, that's the back of the old coal bunker. $10 feet. And anyway, here's good. All right, this is our shop building here. We do everything that we need to keep all this old stock running, rolling stock. We can do heavy lifting, electrical, welding, woodworking, fabrication in here. The building's about 6 coaches long with 2 tracks going through it. We have the 3 overhead cranes that slide the length of the building with a 5-ton lifting capacity. We have 4 35-ton floor jacks on the track over there that can lift a locomotive up into the air, so we can take locomotives apart, put them back together. The green and white SW7 and the scale shed over there, the switcher locomotive, we got it in pieces on pallets scattered through here and worked on it for a year to build it up into a running locomotive.
Oh wow.
It's just sitting waiting for warmer months. We're not going to use it in the winter time because the coolant's been drained out of it. Directly behind us is a steam locomotive, the Georgia Power number 97. We're doing a cosmetic restoration on it right now. A bunch of guys were in here working on it yesterday, so we keep making progress on it every week. Pretty soon we'll use the Army crane over there in the scale shed to lift the cab up and set it onto there and start bolting and welding it into place. And then further behind that is an all-wood caboose from the year 1915 Southern Railway. We're replacing the wood on the inside of that, and we'll repaint it and then put that on display in Building 1. Further behind that are 2 older diesel locomotives. One's an Alco switcher, and one is a box cab locomotive, one of the very first diesel electrics ever made from the 1920s. On the left in the middle over there, you see the number Atlanta West Point number 290 steam locomotive from the movie Fried Green Tomatoes. We'll eventually get a cosmetic restoration. And then we put this coach over here to work, do some work on it eventually. That car was in a movie that was filmed here recently because we film a lot of movies and TV shows here. And the movie Till that came out recently filmed all the train stuff here. And that car was in the train we were running for that. We also had Miss Marvel film some big scenes here with 250 actors in full costume. We had 3 trains for that. The TV show Legacies filmed 2 episodes here. An Al Pacino movie filmed here where we crashed the blue and gray GP7 up front into his car and blew it up. I had a virtual reality movie filmed here about 3 months ago. It was my first experience with seeing a virtual reality movie film. They use a 360-degree camera that films in all directions at the same time, so you can't stand behind the camera and watch the production being made. I had to keep leaving and going in and out the whole time. I kept walking in while they were filming too, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up in that movie at some point. Anybody have any questions?
What is this one now? Is it like oil?
Diesel.
Oh, diesel.
Yeah, all modern locomotives are diesel electric. Yeah, we don't run any steam here, so every locomotive that we run at SRM is diesel electric.
Right? All the coal-fired trains are gone, right?
No, there's a few around the country. Yeah.
Nothing in Georgia, right?
I don't know. I don't go to a lot of other places, so I don't know what else is running somewhere else. I know there's plenty of other people that track that stuff that could answer your question. I'm not familiar with it.
Great Smoky Mountain would be a steam running operation.
Do they run on coal still?
Yep.
They do? Okay.
Oh, okay. The one that is like the touristy, right?
Yeah, and TVRM out of Chattanooga.
Yeah, they do a longer excursion. They have like a 3-mile one and then like a 20-something mile one. So
that one is like a 100-mile one too.
100 miles?
It's like 50 from Chattanooga to Summersville and back.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
They run steam. That's probably the 2 closest steam operations we have. It's TVRM, Tennessee Valley Railroad, and Great Smoky Mountain.
And our chief mechanical officer here is the locomotive engineer at TVRM in Chattanooga.
Wow.
Yeah. He actually just moved up there, so he lives closer to TVRM than here now.
Great Smoky Mountain's close to Cherokee.
If you want to take it, you have to go to Cherokee, right?
It's maybe a little bit close. It's right around Cherokee. Dillsboro, have you heard of that up there?
No.
Franklin and Ford, you go.
Any other questions? No.
Isn't it unusual to go there from Atlanta to Savannah?
I don't know what the route was. I know more about freight operations than passenger. So I don't remember where that
Seems
thing
like in
ran.
the 80s they were doing like dinner cruises
They were,
from Atlanta to Macon.
Yeah, I remember it being explained, something like that. We have also have the number 1111 car up there sitting in the yard. We usually use the 1111 in the wintertime instead of these cabooses, but the 1111 needs work on it, and the CMO didn't want us to run it this winter, so we kept using the cabooses. that 1111 coach. I mean, that thing, you get inside of that, has super cushy seats, and you close the doors and it's super quiet. You can't feel the clickety clack of this jointed rail. You'll fall asleep in 30 seconds on one of those things. It's so nice. We can run a heater in there too if we power up the generator.
This area is off limits to
It is off limits to visitors, yeah. Because especially on Saturdays, we come down here. They'll have heavy stuff up in the air with the cranes. So they'll be doing welding and grinding, and sparks flying everywhere and stuff. So it's pretty obvious we don't have people walking around in here. Yeah, this is in the Saturdays. I don't even back in like this because there's workers here doing stuff everywhere. So I have to stop at the edge of the door up there. So this is the closest look that anybody gets to see.
Quick question.
Yeah.
About approximately how long do you think it would take to have that thing cosmetically restored?
They're working on it every Saturday, so in 2 weeks we're setting the cab onto it and bolting it on, so it's really going to look like a locomotive then. Then finish bolting on all these panels, some of the rods, a lot of the stuff piled up over there goes onto this locomotive, so we have to clean all that, put it on. Once they get everything bolted on, then they're going to paint the whole thing, the red, silver, and black, and then repaint the interior of the cab. They're going to go with a darker green than what's on there now, the remnants of that bright Kelly green right there. And painting is an issue because you have to have the right weather conditions for it.
Oh yeah.
It can't be too cold and stuff like that, so we have to have the perfect weather conditions. So the assembling is one thing, then we may have to wait longer to get it painted, wait for a warmer week to do the painting, which might not be until the spring. So I don't know, it could be 2 months, could be 3 or 4 months, depending on all the finishing touches.
Yeah, I asked because it obviously varies.
Yeah, it does, yeah. And it's just volunteers coming in on Saturdays, so we're operating at a volunteer pace, not banging out a 60-hour work week with boss man standing around breathing down our neck or anything like that.
So this building, is it always like a train repair?
It was. This whole property was a company that manufactured and repaired railroad cars, especially tank cars. In building 1, underneath the building, they have equipment for pressure testing tank cars. And that building originally didn't even have rails in it. If you notice, we put the rails in on top of the concrete because originally they just built and serviced the tanks inside of there by themselves. And there's a gantry overhead. The gantry equipment's still there. And if you go out behind the building, you can see the concrete pad, and you can still see where the posts would have been bolted in the ground for the gantry outside. So they would have the tanks in the air go out the back of the building, and then they move sideways 90 degrees into the side of building 2 where there's no wall there. You can see a missing section. Tank would go in, they'd set it down on the trucks there, and then from there attach couplers to it and drag it down here for all the final stuff, like putting on brake gear. The sand shed is over there, so they could sandblast it and then paint it, and then do all the final assembly down here, and then run it straight up onto the Norfolk Southern Main Line. So that company went out of business, and this property was abandoned, and in a roundabout way, this ended up getting donated to us, which was great. The property we had before was much smaller, so this place tripled our capacity, and we got all of these buildings. We didn't have any buildings before, and got this great shop building that just came with all of this equipment that we immediately started using. Yeah, there's a whole wall down there with giant wrenches, like locomotive grade wrenches that are like 5 feet long. They're with the heads on them like this big around for nuts that are this big around. All this stuff is just gifted to us. Yeah, really lucky.
So how many visitors a year do you get?
Oh, I don't know. I never asked that. I haven't seen. I don't know if they've told us that. I don't remember what the number is.
Seems like this is one of Atlanta.
We're gonna take off now. Hold on.
radio telescope.
and 23 lined up eastbound.
26, 25, 23, line move, proceed.
That really gets it.
Here's why there's no cell phone.
Oh, okay.
It's 100 football field. You're driving along this West Virginia road in the middle of nowhere, and then boom. Lily worked in the Stevie before. She had her Chevrolet Envoy with OnStar. She wasn't allowed to activate OnStar because of the dish.
Really?
They said nope. Guy was listening to 8 miles through the dish. He was caught interfering for 2 minutes in the morning, 2 minutes at night. How he found out through the door, he took his electric toothbrush away. I mean, they're serious about interference with that dish.
I see.
Conductor SRM3, double check the point. Switch 23 is red. Line for the westbound show to the platform. You have 5 cars clear of the crossing. Crossing is clear and out the rear of the whistle.
Alright, SRM3 lined into 23, 5 to the crossing. Crossing clear, you've got the whistle on the rear. Here we go.
Watch your ears, don't be loud. Oh, the sun came out. Now it's probably going to get hot.
Wouldn't be bad.
Crossing remains clear, and you clear for 4 more cars.
Crossing clear, 4 more.
Two cars, so stop. One car. Half car. 10 feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop there. And 2 set for conductor.
Alrighty.
It's pretty close to the Brownson, but the mailing address for I would definitely push it.
Oh, yeah, the next day.
You would get off the same exit for Chateau Lawn and go back toward Winder. It's like 2 miles.
Yeah.
When I lived out there before, that was a pain.
I want to get some pictures about the boats here and there.
Thanks, sir. That was fun. Alrighty.